Boop. Let's see. Wake up the bot. And we're good to go. Good morning, everybody. Let's see. Before we hop in and create a new house, I want to show you a fun feature over here. I didn't mess with a couple features. So this is what we created yesterday. It was pretty fun. But you can replay the entire build. Yeah, fun. So you can see the order things popped up in. Pretty fun. Whee! The little Pizza Hut showed up. Lady over by the factory, the bookstore. And then bloop. And then I had to go to work. Everything I did summed up in like 5 minutes. Looks good. Oh, and another thing we didn't do. We didn't mess with the weather. You can play with the rain. And night is actually really cool too. They turn on all the lights. I kind of like the effect. Like they scroll along, so it looks like there's kind of a depth to the buildings. Anyway, today we're gonna go to the desert. We're gonna do it again. Whee! Oh, I've got a highway that crashes right into this hill. Okay. What do we have over here? It's just more highway. It's just a little ridiculous. Like you've got the paved road that just ends in absolute nothing. Nobody's visiting this exact corner of the desert enough that they would paint it or pave it and have a sidewalk to it. But you know what? I appreciate it. I think we just need to start placing stuff. Boop. We'll figure out what goes here later. Oh, that's not the stairs. Are you the stairs? Boop. This is going to be one of those like trap buildings where there's just like that one extra step that you don't expect. So you climb the stairs and you're like, oh, thank God that's over. And then you like hit that last step and then you face plant. Ooh. What if we kind of surround it on all sides like that? I like it. I can't go back further than this. Why not? Why did it let me do that with the stairs? Okay, I can. I use this tile. But any other tile? Not so much. Alright. I gotta. Oops. And what door? Oop. That'll get him. The extra step up is just like a perception check, you know? Want people to walk in here and just immediately faceplant because they weren't paying attention to their surroundings. Ooh. Here's what we're gonna do. Today we're gonna make a lot of houses that kind of look like they have faces. Frankly, I love those. We're gonna make it more better. Where are the chimneys? Here we go. Alright, now do you see what I see? Totes appropriate. I really can't go farther back than that, huh? It's so weird. Can I have a tiny block? Can I have stairs? What I want is like a tiny cobblestone block. What about you? Do you work? You don't work. Will you go back there? Not all the way. We just can't have nice things. Hi, Sugarheart. Hi, Jeannie. How are you doing today? Are you having a good day? Give our little hair house, our house, a little hair. Got a bit of a pompadour. You miss my streams? You've been busy a couple of months. Yeah, it has been a long time since I've seen you. I'm glad you're here now. Months do be like that. Alright, you tend to like the cozier stuff, right? Last couple of months we've been kind of playing more intense games. How's that look? Kinda like. You know what? No, I don't like. We're gonna enclose it. This is the desert. You need some like more substantial shade. Coral Island, yeah. Oh. Well, I'm gonna try and play more cozy games. I'm gonna try and keep like one going every week. Like, I'm still gonna play like the fun, intense games I like, but it'll be more of a balance. It's the little ridge on these that I don't really like. What can I do? What if I just let it dangle a little bit? Yeah, I kind of like it. And we put up some random decorations. What is this? Cute little place. Give it a little hat. Give it little cat ears. Haven't decided. We'll come back to you, little house. A little orange place kind of tucked in beside it. You can give it space. These are separate properties. Give it a little hobbit door. There's no like little hobbit windows though. But what have you been up to, Jeannie? Been playing any fun games yourself? I have a vending machine somewhere out in the desert. I feel like I gotta put some ruins somewhere. There we go. I could put a whole bunch of trees out here. Yeah, you know what? I think that's a good idea. It makes it seem a little intentional. A window so you can like see outside, but you actually get some shade. Busy completing requirements for your second degree in school? Oof. Are you going for a master's or another bachelor's or... My wife has 2 masters. She was shooting for a PhD. But then she started having babies and was like, you know what? This is hard. And so she settled for the second master's. Put the air conditioner there. What am I doing roof-wise here? This tin roof is going to be insanely hot. So there's an option to pixelate. What I'm wondering is, does that actually make it look better in some ways? Kinda don't think it does. Actually kinda hate it. I'm not a fan for pixelating just for the sake of pixelating. Playing around with the weather. Looks nice. Another bachelor's degree. That's cool. I feel like that would be it would be like a little easier the second time around. Do all your credits still count? It's not like they're gonna make you get like the full 120 again. Retake all the general electives you've already taken. So as long as you're there, you might as well double up. Compared to the rest of college, that might be a bargain. What am I doing with this little wooden shack? Can I make like an old mine entrance? I've got to have a reason why like somebody would actually come here. I need to make a justification for this paved road that ends so abruptly. It just bothers me. If I put a mine there, I'll be like, ah, yes, greed. Good. The person who owns the mineral rights needs some place to park his Porsche that he did 0 work for. I'm trying to have a better mindset about these sort of things, where I don't judge super harshly, and I'm actually happy for people who have nice things instead of super jealous. It's probably one of the hardest habits I've ever had to try to break as an adult. I'm trying to teach my kids to be happy for other people too. It's rough. All right. Now, how do your soon-to-be university doesn't really accept the units you've taken from your previous school, so you're taking all the subjects necessary for the second degree? I would have so much difficulty with that. Hmm. There's nothing that bothers me more than doing something I already feel I understand. I did not do well in a academic environment. If something felt pointless, I struggle with it. I know you're gonna nail it. I believe in you. There we go. So just put a door here. Question is, how are we going to make it look like this used to be a mine? My solution is slap a door on it. Little hobbit door. The rock really doesn't want a door. Thank you. It's hard. I know it is. This is actually kind of neat. It looks like there was a door there, but it is definitely collapsed in. There's gotta be some kind of trick I can do here. Can I ask what your degrees are going to be in? Well, what your second degree is going to be in? Also, what your first degree was in? I'm curious. Feels weird putting plants in the desert. Feel like it's not actually going to work. First degree is in HRM bachelor degree in HRM medical technologist, and your second is medical technologist. Those are both they both sound like awesome degrees. Now I want to put you on the spot and say like, "Ooh, fun. What are you going to do with those?" But at the same time, I feel like everyone's going to ask you what you want to do with those. And that can get very annoying. I'm going to leave you be and let you live your life. Now, let's see. This actually looks weirdly good. Can I do anything more here? Have like a little window? Doesn't quite make sense. What it needs is vandalism, I think. Little chaos. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. It doesn't really stick. There we go. Good morning, Zilla. The first one is a typo. Just BS. HRM. I was going to say, I was like, HRM medical technologist. I don't know. Computer science does things like that. You can get computer science and computer information systems, and you'd be like, what's the difference? One is for computer scientists who don't do math, which to me seems like it would be slightly less valuable. But like, I get their focus is on other things. So it does okay. Alright. This is an old spray paint, but instead of like painting over it, they just built the door through a chunk of it. They didn't want to. But like, the Hobbit door is definitely a choice you make after you purchase a home. So, is HRM Hotel and Resort Management? If it is, this feels like a very smart combo. Because I feel like HRM would be like kind of your dream job, but medical technologist can be something that pays your bills while you get there. It feels like you have a very smart plan. You're scheming, aren't you? Trying to make something of your life like that. This is a ventilation shaft for the mine. I often think about the weird ways I could have lived my life more efficiently. There are so many jobs out there that pay high, but like nobody like goes to school for. Like all the super weird. Oh, I'm trying not to like give away exactly where I work in real life. But there's jobs that are just like, uh, I don't know, account manager or various legal specialists. A legal specialist. I assume you go to law school, but I don't know that. Alright. Want this to look kind of like a fence. It was basically a retaining wall that went horribly wrong. It was built a long time ago and failed to keep retention. And then hoodlums came along and they painted over it in white and nobody noticed. They had to paint again over here. This guy came around like Grizzly. That guy was smarter. He made a blue outline so you could see the white paint. And of course there was the Elf Corporation. They're like, ooh, free advertising on it. Double elf. Elf, elf, elf. The more you glue this together, the less it seems like words. It just seems like a weird fence. This is the kind of graffiti I can get behind, where someone's just like elf, 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 elf. Nope, the BSHRM is more hotel industry and working in a restaurant. Oh, okay. Hotel and restaurant management. Do we just keep elfing? Is that a verb? Now people would like come by and they'd see that graffiti and be like, what were they going for and why did they stop? Why did they skip over these two spots? Was something here? Nobody knows. There's potential here. Floor level window. What do we feel about that? I kind of like the floor level window. Like, it implies that on the inside it's not floor level. Like, you walk through that door, you go down some stairs, and then you're at about this level. I don't know, I think we can do better. What we don't want is to let too much sun in the desert. So you know what? We're actually going to keep it pretty chill. I don't know what to do with this yet. We need to give it some kind of sign. It's where we go for the TV hi-fi Cebus. That's what this store is. If you need your TV, hi-fi, Cebus, this is where you go. This guy was like, I'm gonna open up my business. Oh, here's a place that costs $5 a month. That's a lease I can afford. And it's right on the street. We'll get so much foot traffic. Next to the abandoned mine. This is kind of like a peaceful, bad neighborhood. But it can't really be a bad neighborhood because it's the desert and everyone's going to die. It's a ghost town. It's a ghost town. Everybody has already died. Like this cola machine used to be red. Sun bleached yellow now. I don't know. The fact that it's a ghost town makes it feel like a better place to live. What I really want, though, is like a water fountain or something. Without it, I feel like we're all gonna die. What do we do? We need a rain collection system. We live in this little house, so we don't want to walk far to get our water. But do we collect water in? This trash can? There's just these things hanging out of it, and it kind of bothers me. You need like a barrel. Oh, and I'm looking at everything all at once now. Okay. Something that looks like it could deposit water. Something... Some kind of hole? Trouble with this game is that there aren't enough like plain pieces. Like everything's kind of artsy and they all kind of fit together, and I like it. but like I can't build something that looks like something else. Right? It's like in Final Fantasy XIV, there's no pool table when you're decorating your house, but if you put like certain objects in a certain way, you can make things look like a pool table. But here it's like, do you want an orange building, a white building, or a wooden building? And I'm like, oh, okay. It's for storing water. Might be able to do something. I think I need to give up on this ambition. It can be the reason nobody survived here. Alright. There we go. Now we know why there weren't elves here. There used to be a door. Someone paved it over and then spray painted. Now, are you enjoying college while you're going for your degrees? I had a pretty good time in college, personally. It was mostly just, you know, all the friends I made along the way. That was the real treasure. The real college degree was the friends I made along the way. And honestly, that helped me more than most of the other things. Like, every job I got out of college was straight through connections I made in college. Didn't have too much to do with my degree. Like, there was some things, but it was usually like, oh, hey, I know this guy from college. You should apply here. I will be your reference. And I was like, yay. And then I worked 9 to 5 for the rest of my life. It was great. And then they're like, we don't want to pay you anymore. And I was like, I'm going to make money playing video games. And that's, you know, highly practical and a brilliant thing to do. To be fair, my work didn't actually say they don't want to pay me. They said they don't want to pay me more, which frankly I can understand. I wouldn't want to pay me more either. But turns out I need money to live. Need to put some doors I haven't before. Because one of these is going to unlock a person at some point, right? I know people like just pop up when you put like the right thing down. And I always see them in front of doors. At least in like the previews and stuff. Need to be more systematic about this. Alright, that door. No people. Store. No people. Also. Neat. So I can put this on a wooden building and it doesn't do anything, but if I put it over here, I can suddenly see through everything? That's weird. Alright. Continue to systematically place doors. Sure, yeah, I've tried all the wooden ones, right? I'm gonna give up. I'll never get enough stuff done if I don't. Get some windows on here. You have some fun little arrow slit windows. That just gives little fun effects for kitties to sleep in, you know? Or they have to move every 5 minutes to be exactly where the sun is. They'll be lying on the floor and be like, ah, this is the perfect spot. 5 minutes later, no. Just the worst. Alright. As for roof, it's a little good options. Hey, I got birds. Really easy to unlock animals, but people, I hate everything. What is this place? This place is the local Wheelson. Love it. Now, need to build vertically again. What am I gonna do? How high does it go? Lovely high pointless monolith. But now we can build things around here and extend. What kind of wall do we have over there? Just this plain nonsense. Need to be a little higher than that. because what I want to do is have that door that shows light behind it. Oh. It doesn't show light behind it. It's just showing the desert behind it. So this is just like completely see-through then. Oh. Oh. Interesting. Gotcha. I'm gonna do something with this door. I just don't know what it is yet. Not quite. I need something I can stack kind of straight up, like this, maybe. Whoop. Where's the redo? There we go. Shift Z versus Control Z. And this will just keep going up. Do we do it forever? I think we might. This is the part that like hides the staircase. Can I build better up here? Not really. I don't know what I'll do up there. Something. But now I can start building the bridges. I've placed 1,000 blocks. Achievos. I need another pillory area. But where? Over here by the TV Cebus. There we go. And that's where the bridge will end. And it won't have any support beams. It'll just be, you know, mostly magic. Just giant multi-ton beams inside the fake cobblestone, holding the entire thing up. Welcome to my somewhat believable giant structure. I could kind of build something here. And you know what? I think I shall. How much time do I have? I've got an hour. We can build something pretty here. Might be wondering, like, what is up there all the way? Some sort of, like, giant sky bridge. Imagine you could just, like, drive over the desert. Just skip it, you know? I could see some practical applications for that. Alright. So with all that done, what do we actually want to put here? Been a while since we've had an orange building. So I think that may be the next step. First of all, how do people get in here? You come out here. There's a mirrored one on the other side. Oh, I used that door, did I? It's a mystery. Maybe they come out through here. They go in this building, and then they eventually find their way out up top. But now, what is over here? Houses. This particular one's going to be a little weird. Yeah, I need to build one of these roofs first so I can know where to stop. Just the Like, I really want to use this roof piece. But no matter what I put there, it feels wrong. Is there a wall that goes well with that roof piece? Like, that one doesn't quite match. Cobblestone doesn't quite match. That one? you're like, okay. What if I didn't attach a building to it? What if it was just the roof in the ground? And there's this door that goes nowhere. What used to be there? Why that door? It makes no sense. It's now at least a covered place where you can go and have lunch. Apparently with these doors you need something back there. Didn't I put a door here? Thought I did. And now you need secret floor piece. Alright, now I'll build an orange building. Just trying to get like a non-perfectly matching orange pattern here. I guess that's what I like about the orange blocks. Like you can make it look like they're not tiled by like cramming a bunch of them on top of each other. But you never get rid of the dents. And that's kind of weird. I like it. It's kind of weird. What sort of roof would you put on something like this? That a wooden one? Looks terrible. We need to work on this. Need to make it look like wood isn't entirely out of place there. We're going to do that with sticks. Oh, gross. That's way in the foreground. There we go. Good morning, Manda Joy. You've got a new name, I think. I don't think I've ever seen you before. How are you doing? Are you from the YouTubes? How did you find me? Pretty good. You usually lurk. That's fair. I mean, like, most viewers are lurkers, and a lot of streamers kind of forget that. But I always appreciate the lurking. Very, very much. I'm a lurker myself. Nobody knows I'm in their stream most of the time. But I'm there, spying, being antisocial. I have to socialize enough at work. By the time I'm watching streams, I am done. And yes, you originally come from YouTube? Cool. do you have any strong opinions on what games I should play? I've been trying to post more polls and stuff. You like the cozy? You like to have cozy streams when you get to work for background noise. I'm. I think you found the right guy for that. I am told I am. I do not. I guess distract from normal things, from the normal day to day. Ooh, what have I done? Just made it a little too unsymmetrical. This weird little Cyclops building. No one knows why it's there, or what the wood is for. It's just a cozy little house. With the weirdest rain spout. Like, it only catches the rain that falls directly into it. Which is also pretty rare because it's under the giant super bridge. It's time to build a little fence in the front here. Keep people from falling to their deaths. Oop. I kind of got pushed into the background slightly. Oh no. Stupid autocorrect. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Pull this out just a little ways. Make it seem like there's a bit of a balcony here. Oh, they're doing the thing again. It's a little bit of a problem because you can see the gap in the fence while you're parallaxing by. I don't know, maybe it's not the worst thing in the world. It does bother me. What can I do? What has happened here? I uncovered a weird glitch. Okay, I fixed it. Neat. How do I make it look like you wouldn't fall to your death out the side there? Guess one of these. On either side. Then I need to propel or plant these. So much effort. Oh, gross. And that one looks wide. I've messed everything up. We can fix this. You go away. Get replaced by this lady. She's the only human being we have so far. Like, I know there's a lot more human beings you can unlock in this game. But so far we've found one. Found lots of animals. They're easy to unlock. I don't know what I'm going for with this. We'll figure it out when it's done. It looks awful. What if I put door? Still looks awful. If I got rid of the majority of the upper part. Hate it all. Oh no. Sorry, redo. There. Alright, so it looks like wooden buildings basically have to be made out of this block. They don't go up very high. So I need something a little more substantial. Wooden houses look good. They don't. Maybe I should stop trying to make houses out of wood. Alright, let's throw some windows on this. Yeah. I mean, this place looks kind of dull. It's like a bank. Just looks super barred off. Oh, and it's also flying, but you know, banks are known to do that. Eh? Looks okay. I mean, incredibly boring, but okay. Welcome to restaurant, where we have a food. It just looks like a terrible place. Completely unappetizing. But it's the only restaurant in town, so you have like zero choice. There's this small town, like 100 miles from where I live. And there's nothing there, but it has like a fancy restaurant. So if you're in like a 50-mile radius of it, it is the closest nice restaurant. And so weirdly, they seem to stay in business that way. There we go. This kind of looks like it's flying in the back a little bit. I went there once. Company took me there for a dinner party. Yeah, me and a +1. I was single at the time. And so what I did was I just took somebody who I thought would appreciate a nice meal. And so I took my ex-girlfriend's mother. Because she had 9 kids. And so I feel like she maybe never like went out to a fancy restaurant probably in her life. Like everyone that's been in her life has had to pay for 9 kids. And so no, fancy restaurants were like way out of the question for her. And so I take her there. And you know, everyone's just assuming that like this is my girlfriend, this is the girl I'm dating, right? No, it was just somebody I was doing something nice for. But like my boss's wife, she, you know, she's doing like the typical like, oh, how did you two meet? I'm like, oh, I dated her daughter. And then she's like, oh my god. She's like, you did. You have kids. Oh, that's lovely. Like she's just like trying to make it not seem weird. And it's gonna seem weird no matter how you spin it. And eventually she's like, oh, you have kids. How many kids do you have? And she's like, 9. And then, like, you see, like, the life leave her face. My boss's wife face when she's like, 9! Oh! Oh, that's nice. That's great. You could tell she wanted to take me aside and be like, what are you doing? Weird. It's just not well lined up. I want to put these here. I love these little crossy thingies. I don't know what you call these. That was fun. For the most part, I stay on really good terms with my exes. Like, there's a few I don't like that are just done with me. Understandably, like, especially if you break up with me, then, like, you don't want to hang out with me. You don't want to be friends. I get it. But, like, I just don't see much of a point in being bitter. Like, it didn't work out. Doesn't mean you didn't see, like, any good in them to begin with. I've actually played with an ex-girlfriend on this channel. And her husband. Like, just... things didn't work out. Doesn't mean they're a horrible person. Here we go. Nice, pointless frou-frou thingies. That looks terrible. I need something there now. I do have, like, some ex-girlfriends. One in particular. Like, I run into her sometimes, and I'm like, oh, hey, how's it going? And she's like, you're ugly, fat, and stupid. And I'm like, oh, okay. Have a nice day. I'm like, you know, if you'd opened with that when we were in a relationship, like, this could have been, like, a lot shorter. Because I kind of get the impression she felt that way, like, for a long time. And it's okay to feel that way. But it was kind of like, I can fix him. I can make him unugly and unstupid and unfat. Like, that's... it didn't happen. Now look who's ugly, stupid, and fat. Still me. I'm not ugly, fat, and stupid. I've got... well, I mean... I suppose it's a matter of opinion. But I feel pretty. Oh, so pretty. Oh my god. This is just looking grosser the more I mess with it. But yeah, if she had opened up with like, I hate these things about you and I want you to change them. Like I could have been like, oh no, I have no intention of doing that. And we could have all saved a ton of time. Oof, what am I doing? Need to undo with the Control Z. Otherwise I'm going to accidentally delete something that matters. But anyway, I'm pretty over it. I mean, after that ex-girlfriend, I met my wife, who treats me so much better, as you can imagine. And so in a weird way, I'm kind of grateful. Like, I have a very healthy relationship now. Now, my wife still thinks I'm dumb and fat. And she's not wrong on either regard. But she's super nice and like... And the way she thinks I'm dumb, it's just like a matter of differing opinion. She's like, you believe X? I'm like, yep. And she's like, I don't. I'm like, I know. And so she can think I'm dumb all she wants. But she's not mean about it. You know, she just goes through her day like, why would anybody believe X? And she asks me and I give reasons and she's like, those are good reasons, but I still believe Y. And that's fine. As for being fat, she's like, I am concerned about your health. And I'm like, thank you. The end. I'm actually about to start like a pretty intense diet. Anyone who's been here a while might know that I'm secretly not super old. Or at least not obviously old. Hang on, I need the same doors down here. Because I'd like to believe this whole thing was constructed at the same time. But anyway, you know the day that you turn super old? Like the exact day. Like you're just walking through life and that one birthday hits and then you are an old person. That birthday is happening for me. And so now I have to like stop enjoying life. You know, basically just cut out fun. No more soda for me ever again. I'm going to actually think about my diet and get exercise. Now I can start yelling at kids in my yard. Don't. How do I feel about kids in my yard? I yell at my kids in other people's yards. Like that's what I can do. That's what I have control over. Frankly, like kids in my yard never bothered me. How did we get to this point where I'm now thinking very philosophically on kids in yards. Whoa! I got a dude. But how? With a shotgun rocking chair. Oh, obviously joking. I'm thinking about it too much. I know. I think about things too much. I'm allowed. Let me think about things too much. Don't think shame me. Welcome to Chef 5, home of this guy. But yeah, my kids like to, believe there's no such thing as property lines. They want to go crawl around in other people's yards and, to be fair, their yards have flowers and cool things. And so obviously they want to go hang out there. The problem with this guy is he looks like he's looking at something, but there is nothing interesting out here. Need to give this guy something to admire. Like, that's a nice plant. There you go. Who knows what's across the building from here, right? I mean, let's look in the background here. Like, that's just raw desert. Wait, is that water? There is water here. We won't die. There's a couple of spots with water. There is just... No, wait, what is going on? Is that an actual lake? Here, I thought I was building like a ghost civilization. This is like the only little place that can sustain life. Also, I see mountains in the background, and they look like they have snow on them, just a little bit. So I guess I'm in... Where would this be? Like the southernmost point of the Rocky Mountains. I don't know if the mountains get this high in maybe like Arizona? Seems like a reasonable guess. Alright, let's continue this ridiculous bridge. But yeah, like kids are like the only human beings I want in my yard. Like if you find an adult playing in your yard, that's messed up. And maybe you'd want to warn kids away from your yard to deter that behavior when they become adults. I don't know, as I got older, I eventually got some decent apartments. Some of which actually had yards. And one time, found a sleeping bag in my yard. It's kind of like there. And I was very curious. Did somebody spend the night in my yard? I think the answer was probably. Oop. Like, the idea of someone sleeping in your yard seems kind of messed up. What gets me is like the sleeping bag. It almost feels like somebody like planned a camping trip then, you know? But if it was planned, why did they leave it behind? What happened to them? There we go. Sometimes when I click on these wall units, they kind of disappear slightly. Or it's scooted all over the right, and you can fix that by like just looking at some other set of tiles and looking back. I haven't figured out why it happens, but I know how to fix it. But yeah, I can understand a lot of people not feeling super secure, waking up to find somebody had spent the night in their yard. But I was actually kind of used to it. I got a birdie. Hey. How's this look? Terrible? Nice. I just keep doing it. If I keep making the mistake over and over again, does it suddenly look like it's on purpose? How many times do I have to make this mistake before it looks good? That many times. Done. And this bird is like, I thought I was on the top. Well, you're not. Deal with it. Alright, so that guy's over in that window. What do I don't know. We need to give this guy a door. What kind of door? Just a normal door. I was kind of hoping if I put 4 windows there, another head would pop up. Didn't go down that way. Maybe I picked the wrong windows. Like, there's definitely another window person, right? What kind of window would another person hang out of? That one looks too small. What about this? Eh? If I threw some plants on it? Plants aren't here. Plants are here. Are there other plants? Eh? That looks terrible. Get more orangey orange. It looks alright. You know what it could use? Some chickens. I mean, like, with the lack of plants, window chickens seem like a reasonable thing. Something about the roof bothers me. Can I do anything about it, though? Maybe stop overthinking it? Looks nice. Maybe if we threw a chimney on it. I feel like I was talking about a story, and I lost it somewhere along the way. Vamper! Hi! How are you doing? Well, you gave the lurk icon. You don't have to answer. You just enjoy the show if you like. I'm just happy to see you. You're good? What about me? I'm doing okay. Haven't been getting enough sleep lately, so I'm kinda dreading going into work. But you know, that's just normal. Ah, that sucks. It's self-inflicted. I get what I deserve. I just stay up too late watching people play video games. It's just a shame nobody here can relate to that. I am the only person in the world who does that. But they announced a bunch of really cool games the other day. Or not even a bunch of new games. There were some new games that were really exciting. Like Slay the Spire 2 got announced. You stay up late, but that's thanks to your cats. Well, that's fair. Are you playing with them, or are they just like pinning you to the couch? Because my cats will do that. You lay down on the couch like, I've got 15 minutes before bed, and then a cat lays on you, and you're like, guess I'm staying up for 7 more hours. They're mega clingy, but hate each other. Like hissy fighty hate each other. Or like snobby click hate each other. Because one is like, you know, one of those problems that you actually have to fix. What happened here? There's some weird texture going on there. They try to kill each other pretty much. Oh. Do you have to keep them separated? You only keep them separated when they eat. Okay. So it sounds like it's not too bad. I had a problem recently where my cats decided to, try to kill each other on the regular. And you have to do this thing called like reintroduction, where you basically teach them like they're complete strangers for a bit and you slowly introduce them to each other. What you do is, like, if you got enough rooms, that is, you block one off in a room, and then every now and then you like switch places. We were like swapping them once a day. What is going on here? Weird textures is what's going on here. Did it work after though? Yes. They became best friends again. So, like, what I think happened was, like, one of the cats went to the vet recently, or at some point. The the new one. I think it was when we got her chipped. And so she had like a little shave and a little scar somewhere on like one of her legs. And I'm guessing when they were playing, he accidentally hit that scar and like triggered like, oh no, I'm being murdered. And so one of the cats flipped out. Or the young cat flipped out. And all of a sudden, like, she was fighting for her life for no reason. Like, she was in no danger. But she was convinced that the other cat was out to kill her, so she was trying to kill him first. And so you just kind of like slowly like let them know each other's scents, like slowly let each other see each other, kind of feed them close by each other but separated. Poor baby's glad they're friends again, right? I was actually amazed how well reintroduction worked. Because it was the same thing we did when we like got a new kitten or like a new cat. You wanted to make sure they didn't like kick off by fighting. You kind of like... What's happening with those? There we go. You let them know that the other one's going to be around and it's not a big deal. What kind of cobblestone am I using here? Different. Okay. Oh, I am running out of time. Boop. Boop. I'm gonna have to go to work soon. Welcome to my cobble farm. I want to make this a barn, but there's no real barn door. Got this double door, and that's about it. Barns have windows? They did. They have to be small enough that a horse can't get through. Oof, that looks terrible. That also looks terrible. That's not so bad. I'll keep it. Weird little platform there. This is the last thing we're gonna do. Just plant a flag. The name of Tidepodia. Alright, let's blast through the replay. See the whole thing get built. For everyone who missed how it started. Started with this little building. We built the little mine shaft. In this area over here. The Wheelson popped up. Now I built the giant sky bridge. Started popping up little buildings. We unlocked a dude. And there's the final little hut. But now I've got to take my kids to work. Wait, no. Take them to school. Man, I wish I could take them to work. And there's my alarm telling me I have to do so. Thank you so much, everybody who watched. I hope you had a great time. I think we're done with this game for a while. I think... Oh. I can build a little higher? Interesting. Anyway, there's a couple new biomes that like I can look at if I want. If I feel done with the desert. Let's save this game and I'll go take a quick peek at them. Like, so there's this cool place, which I guess is just San Francisco. Pretty hilly. There's a flat part and then it goes up a hill. It's kind of nice if you want to like live in the city. This seems like a good place to live. Now what is the other place? And this is the other place we didn't go to. Like, this place also seems cool. I didn't like this particular shade of grass. It's the only reason I didn't move here. This is probably closer to where I grew up. Except, you know, there was no water, really. I was up in the mountains. The water all went downhill. Like, we had some pretty cool lakes. But, I don't know. If you like this game, and you like these environments I haven't built in, come build yourself. The game's only like $5, and if you like sandboxy, pointless building games, this game might be for you. I'm glad I could check it out for you. I think the next game I'm going to throw in the mix is Harold Halibut. Like, I'm going to finish up Dragon's Dogma tomorrow, probably. And then I haven't decided what we're going to do Saturday night. But next week, Harold Halibut comes out. And it's what it is like this stop motion clay animation game. And it's probably like the biggest one of its type ever. And nobody's talking about it. I think streamers are kind of avoiding it because they don't know if they stream it, it'll do well, because there aren't any super artsy games like this, or not many. And so I'm going to play it. I'll take that risk. I'm new enough. I can try new things. And the story looks pretty good. I think it's going to be fun. At the very least, it should be fun to watch. I wouldn't be surprised if it was only like 4 hours long, but we'll see. Anyway, thank you so much. I'm going to take my kids to school. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Oh, and if you are on Twitch, hang out and we will find somebody to raid. Who's playing? I want to raid Starling Nice. I honestly just think she's awesome. Like, she just seems to be like a very cool streamer. Like, Very nice. She's nice. She's polite. Very professional. She sounds clear. She's very cheerful. I like her. And I like her for you, chat. All right. Go say hi to Starling. Have a great time. I appreciate you all so much. Bye-bye.